Imagine a city larger than London, built on water with temples that touch the sky and markets filled with thousands of voices. A city so powerful it ruled millions, and yet in less than 2 years that empire would collapse. Not only to a few hundred strangers from across the sea, but to something darker, something no one saw coming. This is the story of how the Aztec Empire fell, and the truth behind it is far more shocking than most people realize. Tenochtitlan was unlike anything the Europeans had ever seen. Pyramids rose above shining white palaces, canals cut through the city like veins, and floating gardens stretched across the lake. To the Aztec, this was the center of the universe. But in 1519, sails appeared on the horizon. Hernán Cortés and just over 500 Spaniards stepped ashore. Against an empire of millions, they should have been nothing. Yet the weapons they carried, steel blades, guns that breathed smoke, and horses that moved like spirits, made them look like something out of prophecy. Emperor Montezuma hesitated. Were these men envoys of the gods or dangerous impostors? That hesitation would prove fatal. The Spaniards didn't march on Tenochtitlan alone. Cortés saw the cracks in the empire and exploited them. For years, the Aztec demanded tribute, food, goods, even people, from the tribes around them. Many of those tribes were eager for revenge. The Tlaxcalans, bitter enemies of the Aztec, became Cortés's greatest allies. With thousands of native warriors joining his side, Cortés wasn't just an invader anymore. He was the leader of a coalition that wanted to see the Aztec Empire burn. When the Spaniards finally entered Tenochtitlan, it wasn't as conquerors but as uneasy guests. Cortés placed Montezuma under his watch, turning the emperor into a puppet. But the tension in the city boiled over. The Aztec rose up, trapping the Spaniards in the very city they thought they controlled. In June 1520, they tried to escape under cover of darkness. But the Aztec warriors struck from the bridges and the canals, raining arrows and stones on the fleeing Spaniards. Hundreds died. Gold stolen from the palaces dragged men into the water where they drowned. This moment would be remembered as La Noche Triste, the night of sorrows. For one brief time, it looked like the empire would survive. But the Aztec could not fight what they couldn't see. Smallpox entered the city with the Spaniards and spread like wildfire. It killed faster than swords, faster than starvation. Entire families vanished. Leaders, warriors, and priests fell one after another. The disease did more damage to the empire than any weapon Cortés carried. And while the Aztec buried their dead, Cortés returned with new reinforcements and an even larger native army. In 1521, the siege began. Spanish brigantines cut off supplies across the lake. For 93 days, the Aztec resisted. Hunger hollowed out the city. Disease gnawed at its people, and battle after battle drained their strength. Still, they fought fiercely. Obsidian blades against steel, warriors charging even as their city crumbled. But in the end, Tenochtitlan fell. The pyramids were torn down, the palaces destroyed, and the heart of the Aztec Empire was reduced to rubble. The fall of the Aztec was not the work of 500 Spaniards alone. It was betrayal from within, the vengeance of rival tribes, the arrival of disease, and the ambition of men who believed the world belonged to them. But the story doesn't end with ruins. Beneath modern Mexico City, the stones of Tenochtitlan still whisper. They tell of a city once greater than Rome, of warriors who fought until the end, and of a people whose legacy refuses to die.